Night Raw. It's like WWE has a show that can't decide if it wants to be good or bad. So it tries to be both at the same time.
Yes, it does.
Like a No Mercy, where The Miz got to beat Jason Jordan and retain the Intercontinental Championship.
Mm-hmm.
But then Enzo Amore wins the Cruiserweight Championship by kicking Neville in the balls.
Yeah.
Where John Cena and Roman Reigns had an epic match. Yeah. Enzo Amore beat Neville to become the Cruiserweight Champion by kicking him in the balls.
Yeah.
Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar clashed like titans. Enzo's a little fuck.
Welcome to the Raw review.
I'm only saying this to prepare you for the potential tirade of when we get to the main event segment, which happens to be Enzo Amore running his little fuck mouth.
Yep. For his championship celebration. We'll get to that in a second.
It was championship brouhaha.
Yeah. Yeah, to which Kurt went, what? Okay, so some other things that happened throughout the night. We had women's tag match, didn't mean a whole lot. It was built a little bit of tension, potential tension between Bayley and Sasha as far as
the promo built the tension.
Yeah.
The match itself didn't seem to do anything.
They worked pretty well as a tag team in the tag team match where they beat Emma and Nia Jax.
Yeah, the match I think was more to, again, just keep saying, look at how big and scary Nia Jax is.
Yeah.
Because until Tiny Sasha can knock her down with a crossbody off the apron.
If Bayley, who's twice her size, can't knock her down, how does Sasha do it?
Because logic.
On Raw, where there is none.
Yeah. I mean, you can't question a show that puts a championship on Enzo Amore and expect to get a real answer.
It's true. We also had a rematch from No Mercy as we had Elias Sampson defeat Apollo Crews once again in the best way that Kevin Hawk could have hoped for.
I mean, they were on the outside, he was on the ground, Titus and Apollo were celebrating, and then Titus got kicked in the knee, and I popped, and then he beat Apollo Crews, and then, like, kicked Titus in the leg again while he was trying to get in the ring. Like, Elias, you're doing good things, man. Keep stepping it up.
And by stepping it up, he means keep attacking Titus O'Neil.
Yeah, keep stepping on his knee.
Specifically his knee.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm really hoping that this means that they're going to have a match next week. Or maybe the week after. I don't know. Just keep rolling that Elias train.
We also had...
Roman Reigns is going to need a challenger when he wins the Intercontinental title.
We'll get there. Finn Balor wants, now that he's done with Bray Wyatt, he is looking forward to going and reclaiming his Universal Championship.
Yeah, and Goldust is like, hold up a minute, homie.
I didn't ask for your fucking help.
Because he did name drop Goldust in his promo.
Yeah, he did.
Essentially saying that, you know...
And then he saw him in the back and he called him Dustin.
Yeah.
He's like, no, it's Goldust.
And then he lured Finn into a false sense of security and beat the shit out of him.
Yep.
Then they had a match where he beat the shit out of him, but still lost.
Because Finn Balor. And then Bray Wyatt?
No, just creepy little kid singing the Whole World song.
That's what Bray Wyatt? With a question mark.
It'd be hysterical if that was Bray Wyatt singing it and they just did the pitch bend.
I don't think Bray Wyatt can sing that well. I mean, he's not bad. I don't think he's that good, though.
He's been taking lessons from Elias.
Oh. Yeah, that's one way to go. And we are starting up a kind of a rematch from SmackDown, but bringing it over to the Raw side. Mickie James getting all up in Alexa's face after some comments Alexa had on Raw Talk after No Mercy.
Yeah, she called Mickie an old lady.
Yeah, Mickie didn't like that too much.
I'm kind of happy to see that maybe for like 2 weeks they're gonna separate Bailey, Sasha, and Nia away from Alexa.
Yeah. Now here
And
what?
let somebody else do something.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Unfortunately for you, here's how I think it's gonna go. Unfortunately for you, so we're gonna have Mickey be in the title picture for a couple weeks and potentially get the title match at TLC. We're gonna keep things going with Nia being an issue for Sasha and Bailey. And Emma is probably going to be the unfortunate victim to the Asuka lock.
I mean, I can see it happening. But in my theory, Mickey James right now is holding a place in line until TLC. Because I'm almost guaranteeing that Asuka's first match is going to be beating Alexa Bliss for the championship.
I think it's going to be Alexa keeping the title from Mickey at TLC and then realizing that her next competitor is Asuka.
Yeah. I just don't see WWE having enough stock in Mickey James to give her a pay-per-view championship match right now.
Yeah, we'll see. Alright, so we have an interesting kind of like clash of storylines that are all kind of intermingled with themselves, which opened up with Miz TV featuring Roman Reigns, which we knew was going to happen after The Miz talked to Kurt Angle last night at No Mercy. Essentially...
Roman trying to be a polarizing figure like John Cena.
What the fuck, man?
Like, hey, don't boo Roman Reigns, says The Miz, and then Roman Reigns does the John Cena thing, where he's like, yeah, no, it's okay, let them be loud. We like it when the crowd is loud.
And I'm cool when I say, bruh.
Bruh.
You're not cool, Roman.
Lit, fam. We get it, Roman, you vape.
That's the best thing you've ever said. That was amazing. Fuck Roman Reigns. Essentially, this just boils down to The Miz saying, oh, well, if the Shield was around when The Miz and the Entourage were a thing, then...
Other way around, but...
Yeah, whatever. No one will remember the Shield. Roman Reigns.
To which Roman kindly said, what?
The fuck you say?
Which, I mean, for the first time in like 3 years,
Yeah,
I agree with Roman Reigns.
Yeah, we'll agree with Roman Reigns because there's no fucking way the Entourage would have held up to the Shield.
Because I'm like, yeah, The Miz, like, feuding with Daniel Bryan and friggin' Bo Dallas NXT champion and Curtis Axel playing second fiddle to Ryback.
Yeah.
Rybaxel.
He was a pseudo Paul Heyman guy. Yeah, essentially, Miz realizes he puts his foot in his mouth. Roman starts getting antsy, says, hey, well, let's fight right now. And Miz is like, no, I got a pregnant wife at home. I'm going to go home. And Kurt Angle's like, no, you're not. You're going to have a match with Roman later. And Bo and Curtis, you're going to have a match against Jason Jordan and Matt Hardy. Because Jeff's shoulder's fucked up.
Yeah. He said the other way around, though. Matt Hardy. But because Jeff's shoulder's fucked up, my son! Jason Jordan. Yay!
Thanks, Kermit.
Kermit Angle.
Kermit Angle. To which Matt Hardy and Jason Jordan defeated Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel.
What?
Curtis got a big old belly from Jason Jordan.
Two bigger established name people were going to beat two
You
undercard
it
guys.
surprised me just as much as it surprised you. Matt Hardy had a twist of fate on Bo Dallas and got the winning pinfall.
Or bottleless.
Which then later on we had Roman Reigns versus The Miz. It's Roman Reigns. He just beat John Cena. You think he's going to fucking lose to The Miz? No. He beat The Miz. But then, The Miz and the Entourage whooped the shit out of him with a couple of chairs.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Skull crushing finales and shit.
And then the Shield fist bump. And now next week, we're getting The Miz versus Roman Reigns for the Intercontinental title.
Hey, it's that wrestling trope that when you beat a championship, you're like the next person to face him for the championship he has.
Yeah. So
I just called The Miz a championship. Whoops.
Yeah, you did. That's right.
My bad.
We knew what you meant.
I pulled a Kurt Angle.
So
so glad we watched WWE Raw.
Yeah. So you gotta think, on the other hand, What's the rest of the Shield thinking?
Dean Ambrose is thinking, holy shit, Braun Strowman threw Kurt Angle through the stage.
Kurt Hawkins.
Yeah, that one. I'm still fuming over the Enzo thing.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah, Kurt Hawkins is like, hey, who am I going to beat to win in my losing streak? And Braun Strowman says, come here, I'm going to throw you through the background of the stage.
Yeah, Kurt, not fast enough.
Is his new moniker. Kurt, not fast enough
Hawkins.
That's what obviously he's not fast enough. He walks with a cane.
That's a good point. He's handicapped.
Yeah, for real.
Physically and mentally. Well, no, actually, he was pretty smart this time because he tried to run away.
Yeah.
Didn't get very far.
And so, as we were saying, what are the other members of the Shield thinking? Well, Dean was thinking, man, that looked like fun. I'm going to fight Braun Strowman.
He legit comes out, like, Braun asks for competition. Dean comes out, looks at Kurt Hawkins and goes, ooh, that looks awful. Fuck it. And walks to the ring to face Braun Strowman. To which he had
some offense.
It's Dean Ambrose, so he's going to hold up for a little while. But it's Braun Strowman, so eventually you're going to lose, unless you're Brock Lesnar. So yeah, eventually, in a very impressive way though, I liked the catching the elbow drop and then turning it into the power slam. Braun Strowman does in fact defeat Dean Ambrose.
It's impressive, but right now I'm more impressed when Braun Strowman throws that drop kick.
Yeah, which we didn't see in this match.
We know he can catch people. Especially Dean could probably be on 205 Live Ambrose.
Probably. And in true fashion, we go to the back and Seth's like, really, Dean? Did you think that through? You need to think things through. And Dean's like, maybe you need to think less. Maybe you need to be a little less predictable.
And then Seth's like, I bet you can't predict what I'm about to do.
He's like, what? I'm predictable? Like, I'm not predictable. You're the architect. You're the Kingslayer, and you beat Triple H at WrestleMania. He's like, yeah, I was gonna say all that, but I bet you can't guess what I'm gonna say next. And Dean's like, yeah. Seth's like, I'm gonna face Braun Strowman next week. And Dean's like, yep, didn't see that coming.
Didn't see that coming. I thought you were smarter than me.
But before that, Seth is going to finish the job of getting the bar off TV by defeating Sheamus.
And he did!
He did. Cesaro was at ringside. For those of you that don't know, the true diagnosis of the facial region of Cesaro
is reverse chipmunk.
Holy fuck, he didn't actually lose teeth?
They didn't disappear. They didn't break. They got
jammed up into his fucking head.
Yeah, they went like 3.5 to 4 millimeters up into his upper jaw.
At the beginning of the fucking match. Holy shit.
Yeah, so now he's got to go consult and get worked on by a maxillofacial surgeon before he can continue wrestling.
Yeah, and it's probably going to be a little while. And Sheamus loses to Seth Rollins.
Yeah. With a spinny knee thing.
So now we have the Miz and the Entourage doing the Shield thing, going after Roman Reigns. But Seth wants to beat up Braun Strowman.
Small world.
I mean, in a roundabout way, we'll get there.
TLC's going to be a TLC handicap match. Braun Strowman versus the entire Shield.
In a TLC match?
For the Intercontinental and Tag Team Championships. Braun's just
going to win all 3 belts?
He's literally going to be like, well, if I can't beat Brock Lesnar for the Universal title, I'll wear all the other Raw belts at once.
Except for...
No, he's gonna beat Enzo for the Cruiserweight title, too.
Well, I was talking about the women's title.
Oh, he's going for that one, too. He's going to wait till Asuka
He'd wear both of those belts like ankle bracelets.
No, they're going to be garter belts like Cesaro's.
Little rugby wraps.
Yeah. Which,
all right.
For like reference for people who don't know rugby players, they don't wear those very often.
No.
It's not really a thing.
All right.
They just wanted an excuse to put Cena armbands around Cesaro's thighs.
All right. Here we go. I'm gonna let you run this, because you're
Why?
Because you
Why?
have.
I don't want to talk about him anymore.
But eventually this has a silver lining. So, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Hawk telling you about Enzo's big fucking mouth.
Yeah. First off, he disrespects Kurt Angle.
Yeah, why you gotta turn down
Advice
from a Hall of Famer?
Hall of Famer, former champion, Olympic gold medalist.
Multi-time champion, former Olympian.
Probably slept with Stephanie McMahon.
At least once. Definitely made out with her. We know that. We saw it. It happened in SummerSlam.
The rest of it was insinuated.
Yes.
Then he pussies out and says, Kurt, make it so there's a no contact clause for my celebration. If anyone on the 205 Live roster touches me during the celebration, they'll lose the opportunity to face me for the Cruiserweight Champion ever.
Because now he's realized that he's pissed off the entire Cruiserweight division.
Everyone, including Lindsay Dorado, who I don't think's been on the same screen as Enzo yet.
He's probably pissed off the Bollywood boys. They just couldn't come on because they're on SmackDown.
Yeah. Ho-Ho Loon's pissed off over on NXT.
I think Ho-Ho Loon got released, actually.
Yeah, he did. He asked for his release. But
He's still pissed. He's back in China and he's pissed.
Hong Kong, pissed. NXT over there.
Anyway.
Whatever. Fuck Ho-Ho Loon, too.
But not as much as Enzo.
No one as much as Enzo right now.
Would you rather have Ho-Ho Loon as the Cruiserweight champion than Enzo?
Okay. Absolutely. He's a better wrestler.
He's a way better wrestler.
That's what the Cruiserweight division is based around, is the wrestling.
Yeah.
Unless
you're Enzo Amore and you kick people in the balls.
Yeah, so he comes out and he starts, essentially, his celebration is doing nothing more than what he normally does before every single Enzo Amore match, which is just come out and cut a promo.
The only difference was he had a rug and something under a sheet.
Yeah, the ring canvas was replaced with the red carpet treatment.
Yeah.
And he had a certified G jersey that he said they're going to retire the jersey. I think the sound person queued up the drum roll way too early. Because he didn't like precurse it before it started. So it started and then he like ran through the spiel really fast.
Well, like he was even taken aback. Like the drum roll happened, and he goes, "Oh wait, what's going on? Oh, I know. Like he, I feel like whoever's in the back was like, okay, he's taking for fucking everything.
It's TJP, expected like,
just hit the fucking button. He'll
taps
taps
on the sound guy's shoulder and reaches around the other side and hits the thing.
If it was, thank you, TJP.
Yeah, or anyone else in the Cruiserweight division if it happened to be you.
Yes. Speaking of the Cruiserweight
rest of the Cruiserweight division, they came out, interrupted the promo.
Every single one of them.
Yeah. There's a lot more people on the Cruiserweight roster than I remembered.
It's, you don't realize it until they're all unified and they're like, fuck this guy.
Yeah. It's just because you never see all of them on the show at the same time.
That's a good point.
So they came out and they just kind of stood there.
And Enzo ran his big fucking mouth.
And Enzo just starts running them down. He says, "Ha, look, it's Rich Swann, I'm stupid. Ha, look, Grand Metalik, you're fat, but I'm stupid. Hey, Noam Dar, I'm also stupid."
He called Jack Gallagher Teacup.
I had no idea who he was talking to at first.
Yeah, no, he said teacup, and I was like, TJP?
TJP was the first person.
And then teacup, I was like, okay, is he talking about a small person? Maybe that's Noam Dar. And then they specifically put a camera on Jack Gallagher.
I'm pretty sure they did that specifically so people would know who he was talking about.
And Jack Gallagher was actually responding.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. It's like I've been called worse by worse people.
Jack Gallagher doesn't give a shit right now.
No. He's British Honey Badger.
He's Gentleman Jack the Ripper.
Gentleman Jack Honey Badger.
Honey Badger don't give a shit.
Oh, no fucks given. The unified front of the cruiserweight division, though, would be led by their king.
All hail the king of the cruiserweights.
All this controversy right now over the NFL players taking a knee, I'm going to forever now on take a knee whenever Neville comes out.
He, as far as I'm concerned, he's my king.
Because, I mean, he may have just surpassed Rusev in my royalty loyalty chart that I've got going on.
That was... it's not a thing that I was aware you had. You need
I have a lot of charts and diagrams. That's why I have a lot of them, and that's why you don't know about them, because I don't want to bring them all over here all the time. It'd be a lot. Because I don't have them on the computer. It's all like the big flip paper things and whiteboards.
All right. Well, we'll have to compare notes sometime.
Yeah. He ran down Enzo.
Very well.
He came out looking real zombified at first.
Very much the same way he looked heading into on 205 Live the night after he lost the Cruiserweight title to Akira Tozawa.
Yeah. But then after Enzo started talking smack, he kind of lit up a little bit, laid into Enzo, essentially saying the only reason why Enzo's on 205 Live is because Raw and SmackDown don't want him.
And I loved this little bit where he talks about if it was up to him, he would have left him. He wouldn't have even given him a shot. But every single person on the roster or in the division vouched for him to give him a shot, and now he has fucked away any of that allegiance. The fact that Neville, who has spent the last 9 months destroying every single person that shared the stage with him,
including like puppet playing people like TJP.
Yeah. Neville has literally torn apart every single person on this stage, and they are standing firmly behind him because Enzo is a piece of shit.
So he walks down to the ring because he says simply, I am here on behalf of the Cruiserweight division to end you.
And Enzo tried to stop him with his little piece of paper and a Kurt Angle signature.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, that didn't work.
No, he got kicked repeatedly, thrown into the barricade repeatedly, and I wish repeatedly, but only one time, got hit with a red arrow.
Yeah. Be hard to repeatedly get hit with a red arrow. I think that would take a lot out of Neville. You know, Lisa?
Do you see? Neville came off that red arrow into a one-armed handstand.
He did.
And then sat there like maybe he was thinking about doing his best Aleister Black impression.
Yeah, no, it was a fan-fucking-tastic red arrow. Capped off by the fact that he shoved the no-contact clause into Enzo's mouth.
Before he super kicked it. And by it, I mean Enzo. I don't even give it the gratification of being referred to like a human.
And on top, like, before the red arrow even happened, Enzo tried to run away like a little bitch, and the rest of the division stopped him.
They all crowded the entry ramp, so he had nowhere to go.
Yes.
Also got thrown through his little jersey case.
I wish it broke.
I think it did.
It
just didn't like. It didn't like.
The easel broke. I don't know if like the actual frame that the jersey was in.
I think it like broke into like 3 pieces. I think it reacted like the Elimination Chamber pods, not like an actual
just like plexiglass. Like yeah. So
there was, and you said silver lining.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure you're referring to Neville beating the shit out of Enzo.
Yeah. While watching Enzo get the shit kicked out of him.
Silver lining, there is like something that I actually consider a silver lining to it, and Enzo is actually the one who said it.
Okay.
Is that the Cruiserweight division had the main event slot of Monday Night Raw for the first time ever.
That is a good point. Yeah. That was like the last line that really sent Neville into his little rage, is that when he was champion, he never even got close to the 3rd hour of Raw.
Yeah.
And so now that Enzo's the champion, they're having that spot. And so, yeah, it is... Having
sad but true.
Having Enzo as champion is a necessary evil for the Cruiserweight division. And it was for this segment specifically. Because I think if this segment didn't sell 205 Live for anyone, the division is screwed.
Division's already screwed. Enzo is their champion.
Well, but I think this will get people more invested in the show, and we won't have to deal with someone like Enzo being the champion for very long, because we have a fantastic roster where anyone and everyone deserves that title. Except maybe TJP again. We can go away from that for a while.
Let me tell you, right now, I would go on another angry rant if TJP won the Cruiserweight Championship again, with the exception of if it was Enzo that he took it from.
Alright. I'm gonna test this right now. If they made weight, would Enzo be a better champion than either Titus O'Neil or Mojo Rawley?
No.
Enzo, you have reached the bottom of the fucking barrel.
And I'm saying this completely out of the fact that it would take both Titus O'Neil and Mojo Rawley a lot of dedication to make a 205 weight limit.
So they'd have to put in work.
Yeah. Which Enzo didn't to win the championship.
All he did was kick Neville in the balls. So thank you, Neville. And thank you for watching the Rob Review.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe unless you're Enzo.
Exactly. Click the links down below.
Unless you're Enzo.
You can check out our podcast.
Not if you're Enzo.
And you can check out Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
It's reasonable with a W. Like, why the fuck is Enzo the Cruiserweight champion?
Why did... Cesaro was already hurt. But coming up this week on Reasonable Wrestling Fans, there will be an unboxing video where you'll get to see us unbox Pro Wrestling Crate versus Wrestle Crate, see which one takes the place as our unofficial box. You saw a little bit of a spoiler on our No Mercy review. If you go back and watch it, you can check out the first item that's shown up on the set since the unboxing. More to come soon. But for now, guys...
Yeah, we're keeping this spot warm for something special.
Yeah, something special is going to be coming up here very, very soon. But for now, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Fuck you, Enzo Amore.
All hail the king.
And Elias. He's cool too.